Hello, welcome to our series on Pixelmon. Last episode, we crafted the PC, which allowed us to craft the ranch block, which would be the first step in allowing us to breed Pokemon. So we needed to pick out a spot by our base. We wanted to breed some water Pokemon. So we put down the ranch block. And we had 3 Pokemon we could breed. We had 1 male Goldeen and 2 females. So we checked their IVs and none of them had any 31 stats. And we checked their hidden abilities. None of them had their hidden abilities. So that was perfectly fine. So we put 1 male and 1 female Goldeen in the breeding container. And it said they like them a tiny bit more every day. So we had to work on their breeding habitat to make them enjoy the habitat a bit more. We continued to work on it until finally they were rapidly falling in love with each other. Perfect. So our water habitat was set up. Now we had to create a boat because we could improve their water habitat. But on the way, we found a shiny Pokemon. So if you see a shiny Pokemon on the way, you probably should catch it. And we found a Bulbasaur on the way. So this Bulbasaur was actually a female Bulbasaur. Perfect. So if we had a female Bulbasaur, so it's pretty much like a 1 in 10 starter Pokemon will be a female, and you need a female to grow them. We also started to get some power items. The power items would be used for breeding in the near future once we get all of them. We also found a Eevee in the birch forest, and we found a Chespin. He was the starter Pokemon. We also started to catch a Weedle, and we continued to expand on our berry farm. Now we needed to make a anvil, which is just 3 blocks of iron and a little bit more iron. With the anvil, we would be able to repair our equipment and combine enchantments. Later on, we encountered a boss Pokemon, and we got some more items from him. Said Spearow. So we definitely need to catch a level 20 Spearow. If we catch a level 20 Spearow, we can evolve him into a Fearow at level 21. This would allow us to have a flying Pokemon, so we wouldn't have to walk anymore. So we just send out the Fearow, right-click him, and we can start flying everywhere. So this would be super handy for exploring the map and finding new biomes to find new Pokemon, like the desert biome. Yes, and as we have found new biomes, we would set new waypoints so we could teleport back to these places easier. We found another boss Pokemon. We defeated him and got a Flame Orb. So a Flame Orb that gives that burns the holder. So if your Pokemon's holding this, your Pokemon gets burned at the end of battle. We found a village in the savannah, so we thought we should probably set our home point to savannah in the Poke Center in the village. Alright, and then we continue to search. I think we're searching mainly for a swamp, right? Yes, we found it, and we found the Haunted Tower. So a Haunted Tower is a place that has Pixelmon spawners in it, and always spawns these Pixelmon. And you can find a boss spawner at the top. And there's a hidden master chest with a Cherish Ball. So the Cherish Ball, the only way to get it is to loot it from chests and defeat bosses. It's mostly just used to make a Poke Gift, which is pretty much just for multiplayer. So we can set a waypoint in the swamp so we can teleport back here easier. At the Haunted Tower is right there. The main thing we came here for was to get lily pads, which would improve our water breeding area. It was better than sugar canes. Perfect. And here we defeated a boss Psyduck, and we got the mental herb. So pretty much just like the power herb, it's just a one-time use that just does one effect. So I don't think it's really too useful. Don't think we're going to use it for anything. And a Grimer. Oh yeah, the other thing we came to the swamp for was to get a Grimer, because when you defeat a Grimer, he will give you the slime ball, which is the main ingredient to make the mechanical anvil. So now we just needed to make 2 furnaces, and we needed to make 2 sticky pistons with the slime balls that we got, which would allow us to make iron bars, which would allow us to make the mechanical anvil. So there's actually nothing on the wiki about the mechanical anvil, but you can make it. You just place it down, and this item would produce Pokeballs for us in the future. So now all we had to do is make some iron discs, which would be the bottom half of the Pokeballs. Once we make the first one, we'd unlock the recipe. Then we just throw some coal and throw some iron discs in here. and they would eventually turn to iron bases. Perfect. So that thing's so much easier than just actually hammering the Pokeball. So now we needed to get the second half of the Pokeball, which would require harvesting apricorns. So we had a stack of these three colors of apricorns, but we needed to plant more of these apricorns. So we just continued to plant and expand our apricot farm. And we started to go to the farms to get some more food. Yes, and we found a boss Pokemon on the way. He gave us another one of the power items. He gave us a power item, the power weight, which would be used for breeding later in the near future once we get all of them. Staying up for a while. Perfect. So now we had lots of acorns we were building up. We had every single color. The next step was to cook all of the acorns, to turn the acorns into cooked acorns, which would mean we would need to go and get a lot more coal. So we go back to mining for a bit. Down here we found a boss Pokemon who dropped us the choice scarf. So it's just kind of like the other choice items. This one would improve your Pokemon's speed by 50%, but you can only use the first move selected in battle. So it seems to be a choice item for each of the different stats. And we found a Bronzor Pokemon we caught. And sometimes if you defeat Diglets, they will actually sometimes drop you some Iron Ignits. So if you see a random Diglett here, or if you're in the desert, kill Iglets, they'll give you Iron. So now, once the apricorns have been cooked, we're actually finally ready to start making Pokeballs. We could just put some more apricorns to start cooking again. Perfect. The next step was to make the Pokeball Lids. So we were just going to start with the Ultra Ball Lid, which was a 2x catch rate. So it'd be twice as effective as our standard Pokeball. We just throw them inside the mechanical anvils, and the mechanical anvils would make them for us. While they were doing that, we would make a diamond pickaxe and enchant our first diamond pickaxe. So we actually got the Fortune 3. Like the last run we enchanted like 6 pickaxes. We didn't get Fortune 3. Like the first run we got Fortune 3. Oh, we caught some Pokemon, right? We caught a female Snivy. That's a starter Pokemon. We caught a female Clefairy. So as long as we catch the female version of the Pokemon, we could breed those Pokemon. We caught a Miltank for breeding. We caught a Tauros. And we defeated a Pokemon and got the heavy duty boots. So makes them immune to entry hazards. So if we equip this to a Pokemon, it might help him in battle. Might as well just equip it. Yeah, and for the berries, actually, if you misplant them, we found out we could actually use an axe to pick up the berries so we could actually replant them properly. And our berry farm was going good. So actually, when we harvest the berries give us 5 berries each time we harvest them. So that would give us more berries to replant more berries. Super sick. And then we went to a nearby water source and tried to expand our berry farm even further. So we just actually started planting berries. And the final part of the Pokeball was the stone. So we got the iron bases. We got the Ultra Ball Lid. We need to make 64 buttons. And then we could finally unlock the recipe to make the Ultra Balls. So we can make one stack has 2 times catch rate compared to the standard Pokeball, which is 1 times catch rate. And we have finally made our own Pokeballs. So now we can, we went and got a whole bunch of aluminum to make some more aluminum plates. To make some more PCs, so we can make 4 PCs. And we didn't get any Porygon pieces. Although later we get like 3 Porygon pieces next time. Well, this would allow us to make 4 more ranch blocks. This would allow us to breed more Pokemon. So now we wanted to breed some grass Pokemon. So we could go to the nearby farms and we could actually use the farms in the village to breed the Pokemon, right? We just set some dirt blocks in the middle of the water here, set up the breeding facilities, check our grass Pokemon. So we found one Pokemon with a 31 stat, which would be the Bulbasaur. So we could breed Bulbasaurs and we could breed Snivies, because we have the female Snivy. If we breed a Chikorita with Snivy, it's whatever the female Pokemon is. So now we can go to the breeder and we can put the Ivysaur and the Bulbasaur in there. Now these 2 grass Pokemon would begin breeding. likes them a tiny bit more. So we had to work on this a bit more, but we could also throw the Chikorita and the Snivy in there, and this would create a Snivy Pokemon. So now we were breeding grass Pokemon as well.